Kia ora koutou, no mai haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday. Or perhaps I should just say g'day today because we've got a bit of an Australasian theme to the show. So first up, I was very reluctant to do this, but for Mahi Media, I'll be talking about the brain drain. It's back. Of course, we'll have a look at some of the hot jobs across New Zealand and Australia and the UK. And I'm joined today by Luke Murchie from the People to People group, but particularly a division called Infront Sports. So he's here to talk to us about how we can connect exceptional talent within the sporting arena with top tier job opportunities. So really good asset to the group there. And we will finish off as usual with our social media poll results. So let's jump into Mahi Media. Now, as I said, I have been avoiding talking about this, but I guess I do have to face reality. So Stats NZ confirmed last week that we are losing record numbers of Kiwis, in particular to Australia, as well as further abroad. Now, we have talked about net migration this year quite a lot. So despite us experiencing a migration boom overall, so a lot of people coming into New Zealand, the net migration loss of 52,500 New Zealand citizens means that we are losing 3 Kiwis for everyone that returns. Not good. It's not good at all. Again, about half of those departures were to Australia. So I guess it's disappointing, but not surprising as we continue to battle through the cost of living crisis. I'm going to be really excited when I can stop talking about the cost of living crisis, as I'm sure you all will as well. As well as the job security pressures that we're facing here at the moment. So yeah, it's not a surprise that Kiwis could be tempted to make the move across the ditch. There's a perception that there's a lower cost of living, salaries are higher across the board, and there's not even any point in comparing superannuation as well. And I guess coupled with the fact that many Aussie industries have aggressively targeted skilled Kiwi workers to make the move, that, something had to give. I would warn, though, that Australia does seem to be tracking around kind of 3 to 4 months behind us in the economic cycle. So, there's been some ups and downs in the last couple of in the last year or so, or 18 months. So, as we start to slowly come out of that dip, the Australians might be in for some more tough times ahead. So if you are considering your options, make sure you weigh up the pros and cons really carefully, because you don't want to be in an out of the frying pan and into the fire kind of situation. So let's have a look at some of the hot jobs across New Zealand to see if we can entice you to stay, and if there's any options there for you. Okay, so first up, our feature job for temp and contracting is an admin and reception role. This one is based in Northland, so whangārei. looking between $26 to $27 per hour. So as the title suggests, it is a mix of duties. So a big core responsibility will be in that greeting visitors, managing front desk, general reception duties there. But there are some other general admin tasks as well. So things like overseeing the fleet vehicles, coordinating property maintenance, and general admin. So for this, they're looking for someone who can get stuck in and help with the variety of tasks, and really that efficiency will be really important, as well as strong customer service skills. For this one, if you're interested or know someone who is in the area and looking out for some temp or contract work, get in touch with Kirsty Hennigan from our Auckland team. And let's take a look at the perm role of the week. So we have a digital and social media coordinator. This one's based in Auckland and looks like there's some flexibility in terms of salary based on experience. This one you will need experience with Adobe Suite, as well as, of course, really solid skills within social and digital media. If you have experience within FMCG or manufacturing industries, that will be an advantage for this role. If you want to find out more, get in touch with Julia from the Auckland team. Okay, and of course, so if you have weighed up those pros and cons and think, no, that's it, I'm going to make the move, here's just a selection of some of the jobs that we have on offer across Australia and the UK. So there's a temp role there for a warehouse assistant, assembler. This one's in Sutherland, New South Wales, so South Sydney. A senior admin assistant in Sydney, that's a permanent role. And for the UK, an interior designer. So always a variety of roles there. So again, if you do feel like you need to make the move, get in touch with the great teams across People to People, and we can line you up with some opportunities. All right, so keeping with the Australian flavour, thrilled to be joined by Luke Murchie. Luke, tell us a little bit about Infront Sports.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me and Infront Sports, Shannon. So we've actually been operating for 15 years as Australia's premier partner in career transition. And while we've been kind of recruiting sporting roles in the background, we officially launched our sports recruitment services in March this year.
Okay. And now, of course, I've highlighted the fact that you're in Australia and in Melbourne, but of course, really exciting that this extends out to, so expanding the services to extend to New Zealand as well. So I guess what kind of services are on offer for Kiwis in the industry?
Yeah, so I guess really importantly, we're powered by People to People. So we have a representative in each of the People to People Frog Edge branches. We offer athlete career transition, but also we're kind of out in the market speaking to sport industry clients and sports candidates every day within those regions.
Yeah, fantastic. And if you, I guess if you're an athlete looking at what next steps may be or kind of future proofing, or even those who have, I guess, that niche skill set and want to continue working within the sporting industry, why should they choose Infront Sports, or what do we have to offer them?
Yeah, they should absolutely reach out to Infront Sports or their local branch of Frog or People to People, because like I say, we're always speaking to clients within the sporting industry and getting a good gauge of the market there. We've got a great database of candidates already, so we'll be able to hopefully match you up with clients that we've been working with within the sports space.
Cool. Now, sorry to put you on the spot. This was not on the list of questions, but can you give us an idea of the I guess the types of roles that perhaps athletes have transitioned into, or some of the organisations that you're working with?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that has put me on the spot. Look, so we have athletes coming out of their career and looking in such a wide range of industries. A really big one, they often want to stay within sport, so they often look down the path of like player development managers and things like that, gaining a skill set to stay within sport but help other players progress in their career. But we've helped place athletes in work experience placements in such a big range of industries.
Yeah, I know that, as you said, a good starting point or an obvious fit can be staying within the sporting industry, but sometimes it's making that move into a more corporate environment and using those skill sets in a different way as well. So good to have that variety of options available.
Yeah,
all right.
and I think the athletes understand that they have a really great skill set that does match up to what people in the corporate setting are looking for, clients in the corporate setting are looking for. That's, again, a big part of what we do.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well, really exciting to see this expanding out, and also, as I said, to be able to offer this in New Zealand as well as Australia. So if you are interested, you can get in touch directly with Luke, or get in touch with me, and we can point you in the right direction and have some really good conversations about some options there. Thanks for joining us, Luke.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right, let's take a look at our social media polls. Okay, last week we were talking about AI, and with the rise in recent years, we wanted to know if you think your company is moving with the times or if they're falling behind. So pretty overwhelming result here. So nearly 63% said that they feel like their company is falling behind when it comes to utilizing AI. We've talked a little bit about productivity within New Zealand, and we do not have a very good track record in terms of that. So this could be one of the reasons if we're a bit slow to pick up and start utilizing the technology that is available. So yeah, really interesting to see there. Let's have a look at this week's poll. So for those, this one goes out to those particularly within the sports industry. Would you say that your salary reflects your skill set and work performance? So again, perhaps for those who have made that transition, to see how they're adapting into life in the corporate world, perhaps. Well, that is it for today's show. Thanks again for joining us. And as always, we'd love to hear your comments and hear about your experiences as well. So don't be shy to put in a few comments on whatever streaming channel you are using. Thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you next week.